the scoreline. I don't think the scoreline reflected the intensity of the game, but I think that was the performance we were striving and training for all year, and it just happened tonight.
In terms of, like, can you relax and enjoy it a bit, maybe the last 5-10 minutes when you're winning by 15-18 points?
Oh, most definitely. It's nice to be able to enjoy the last couple of minutes of a game, but that's not to say that we did sit back and enjoy it, because we still had a job to do, because we were playing a very, very tasty outfit in Doon.
A couple of times there in the first half, fantastic work rate from your lads. They tackle the guys out over the sideline here. Very rewarding to see as a manager, obviously. Absolutely,
but it's just rewards for what the boys put in. How they apply themselves. It's absolutely incredible, lads. The work rate that they put in, the standards that they set for themselves, and we're just facilitating that. It's nothing. We haven't done anything special. This is player led, and it always has been player led, and it'll always continue to be player led. They're an incredible bunch of players, and we're just so proud of them.
Kieran, when you come into a successful club as manager, did you feel any pressure yourself as manager to get them up to this level, or to provide them with the opportunity to be back in finals and winning again?
No is the answer, Jerome, because I just trust these players, and the pressure is a privilege. It's a privilege to be associated with Piarsaigh. It's a privilege to be associated with this bunch of players, and we're just so happy with the performance tonight.
How does it feel winning one as a manager compared to player or captain?
Sure, I suppose you'd love to be playing, but that's life. And to do it as a manager, you're not doing it as a manager. You're doing it as part of a management team, and we've had an incredible management team this year.
No problems with you throughout the year. Making the gap from being a player just a couple of years ago, and you would have played with a couple of these as well.
No, sure, they don't listen to me anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Would you bemoan the fact that there's no Munster club, or is that just the way it is?
No, look, it is what it is, and we've rigidly adhered to all the rules and regulations to date, and that's life. That's the way it is, and we set out with a primary goal and focus to win the championship, and we've done that. So the year has been a success.
William O'Donoghue spoke about, I think in his speech there, he put the word putting respect back in the group as a whole. Was that a conscious effort in January? Did you speak as a group? Was there a bit of a coming together, or is that just something that he's kind of come out with there?
I know, I wouldn't read too much into putting respect back into anything. I suppose really what we tried to do was build on the good work that had been done by previous managements, and we did it, and we were lucky to come out and with the performance that we did tonight.
Yeah, your intermediate team are playing tomorrow in a county final. For the club, obviously a second team at a higher level, does that is that important that they win that tomorrow and get up another grade? And it keeps the kind of the production line of players that they're at a very high standard, even beyond maybe number 24 this season. The higher numbers in the squad, let's say.
Yeah, well, it certainly doesn't. It doesn't put pressure on them to win anything, but we firmly trust and believe that they can.
Perfect. Just a final word from me. Shane Dowling obviously here this evening, obviously as he would be, a tough year for him, and great to see a smile on his face and him jogging around with the rest of the panel there after what was obviously a devastating bit of news in terms of his inter-county career.
Oh yeah, it was devastating for everybody, not just the Piarsaigh but Limerick in general were devastated by the sad news that Shane had to call it a day. But Shane is a unique character, he's a great guy. He's a great guy to have around the group, and he'll always be there or thereabouts, and I wouldn't be ruling him out yet.